against a gargoyle strategy, I would say it's more useful than most times, because the gargoyles really aren't able to do massive damage at once, and so the Ring of Regen is very helpful in fending them off, because you're getting a steady diet of small amounts of damage. Now, a lot of low gargoyles for Protois hiding in the back, and he's got to do something with those other than just hide them in the back. Because as long as those gargoyles are sitting there, they're taking up population and doing nothing at all. And LongWalk creeping with his panda now, trying to get level 3 for the higher level Breath of Fire, because those gargoyles are going to come in and harass his wisps now, and actually his wisps are not in his base, but his wisps are out on this clump of trees. I don't know what to call this clump of trees. We called in a previous commentary, I called this clump of trees, here John, so maybe this one can be Bob. So yeah, the wisps are in Bob right now. And now finally Stoneform comes up for Protois, and he's going to heal his gargoyles. So, took him long enough, and for that time he had 3 gargoyles out and was not able to make any kind of harass on these wisps, even though they were at some times quite vulnerable. Those 3 gargoyles in the back are going to be back in the picture soon, though. And then Protois will be able to make some moves. Meanwhile, though, LongWalk has used that time to creep his panda. He hasn't been creeping as aggressively as he should have been. Maybe he probably didn't realize that those gargoyles were out of sight. He's probably very confused as to why he hasn't been harassed more. Demon Hunter is still only level 2. Now here come 4 gargoyles into his base. Not really going to be able to harass. There are no wisps there. So it looks like the gargoyles have not yet scouted Bob, and so they don't know that the wisps are there. There's finally 7 gargoyles for Protois. Is that 7? Yes. 7. Meanwhile, Protois' heroes are scouting around for a creeping force, but they're not going to find it. Now he sees that the force is back at the base. So, LongWalk doing some upgrades at his Hunter's Hall, level 1 weapons and armor. And now just going to go ahead and creep this orange camp in the middle there. And it's a little risky there, because the gargoyles are now going to harass his wisps and going to be able to get quite a few kills. On the other hand, the Demon Hunter is still out there. Protois not really doing much with his heroes. Losing a gargoyle there. Looks like he's working on the Dryad, which is, in my opinion, a mistake, because the Dryad is not really the thing that's doing any damage here. And LongWalk getting his panda to level 3, very calmly just creeping while the gargoyles are harassing his forces without worrying. Gargoyles level 1 upgrade, level 1 weapons upgrade, by the way. LongWalk will have level 1's weapon upgrade for his Dryads very soon, coming out right now. So they're now even in upgrades. Protois' Death Knight goes down. What? Didn't rebuy his TP, I guess. So Protois losing his Death Knight, and that is very, very detrimental. And now this gargoyle army is really not going to be of much use. With his hero down, I would say it doesn't quite put Protois out of the game, but it puts him at a serious disadvantage here. Yeah. And now the Demon Hunter almost catching the gargoyles out, not able to get off a Venom shot. Even one shot with the Orb of Venom can be quite effective. And now, yeah, LongWalk using this opportunity, because his opponent is a hero down and can't really do anything, to just creep the big camps. And so he's going to creep this red, and I wouldn't be surprised if he then heads to the red next to his base, and then to the red on the opposite side of the map. I mean, obviously he won't have enough time to do all of those, but that would be the order I would creep them in. There's an Endurance Aura. So that's very nice. That gives him a movement speed boost, which is very useful against gargoyles. Gargoyles coming in now to harass the Hunter's Hall, and giving up on that, going for the gold mine. So that gold mine is being harassed, and LongWalk will probably lose a few wisps defending it. We'll see what he does. Demon Hunter is back there, getting off one shot with the Orb of Venom, but not. And, well, for some reason, Protois just running his gargoyles away, kind of giving in, I feel. I mean, yes, the Demon Hunter is powerful, but he could still harass the gold mine a little. Make the Demon Hunter stay there. Right now, the Demon Hunter... And now Protois being very careless, sending his gargoyles right over the Demon Hunter, right over the base. And so they're all going to take damage just going in from that. Now LongWalk pushing, actually. And this is a little dangerous. I don't know if he should be pushing the undead base at this point in the game. But there don't seem to be many units there. The Death Knight is down. And here comes a Frostworm. So that panda's going to be in a bit of trouble. The gargoyles, of course, don't care. LongWalk is going straight for the Acolytes. He's now finally going for the Ziggurat under construction. Going to be able to take it down with the panda Breath of Fire and having to TP out. The bear may be in trouble. The bear does not go down, just escaping in time. So, like I said, that was a little bit unnecessarily risky by LongWalk. I mean, everything is a risk, but that was more risky than he needed to be because he had the advantage. He had been creeping more effectively. He could have just run around to the creep camps and crept them. And it looks like that's what he's going to do now, going to creep the red with his panda, which is now level 4. And if he gets to level 5, this will be over. Level 3 Breath of Fire is a beast. We're going to lose a Dryad. That's very careless. LongWalk losing a Dryad, creeping this camp, and it's not that hard to camp at this point in the game. Now, in danger of losing the bear. Not losing the bear, though. Fortunately saves the bear. And what's going on here? Protois creeping as well. But really just not going to be able to to do this as effectively with LongWalk having a big Dryad army. And there's a Tome of Experience and going to get a level 5 panda. Good game, as far as I'm concerned. Level 5 panda. And it's a very strong level 5 panda with a Belt of Giant Strength. It's got 1,000 health, and that is going to be nearly impossible to take down with those heroes, even with the nukes. The only thing that could make it more ridiculous is if it had Rune Bracers, but it doesn't matter. Protois, meanwhile, creeping the shop, and he seems totally unaware that his opponent is creeping much larger camps. And I think LongWalk really has this game in hand right now. One of the obs says Protois must have a bad hangover. I agree. This is not good play. Protois now finally going to stone form, healing his gargoyles, and maybe going to come back for another harass. But at this point, it's a little too late. Yeah, he just doesn't have enough to beat that level 5 panda. Both players at 50 food? No. LongWalk actually at 67. I should have noticed that. LongWalk at 67 food, so he's got in low upkeep. And now, Protois, okay, LongWalk walking his wisps across the map. I guess he's going to go for an attack with towers or something. But the gargoyles catching them out, going to get a couple kills, but they're, on the other hand, Protois has a big army, and so he's not going to worry too much about his loss of wisps. Level 3 Demon Hunter with Endurance Aura. Level 5 Panda. You don't even need anything with the level 5 Panda. Just level 5 Panda is enough. Taking down the shop first, so that there won't be any possibility of buying more items for Protois. And there's just some pretty serious lag. So Protois is a bit annoyed by that, but yeah, just a lag spike there that didn't really disrupt the game because there was no fight going on. But LongWalk now taking down the altar, and Protois, there's nothing he can do about this. He's fighting a much far superior army, just waiting for the towers to whittle it down, it looks like. One Dryad going to get killed by the Spirit Tower. Now, Protois going in for the bear. Going to get a kill on the bear, probably. But Breath of Fire going off, and just doing huge amounts of damage. Demon Hunter in trouble. Demon Hunter getting very low. Using the greater healing potion, sorry. That solves the Demon Hunter's health problems, so... Yeah, not a great Drunken Haze there by LongWalk. Gonna have to try again, but... Now using the anti-magic potion, I'm not sure why. Come on, use your spells. Breath of Fire goes off, doing, like, nothing. He missed, pretty much. So, it looks like, somehow, Protois is gonna survive this attack. I am very confused as to how that happened. He even keeps his Death Knight alive. Yeah, that was some very poor Breath of Fire by LongWalk, and I think that's what caused him not to be successful. Now, Gargoyles coming in, gonna cancel this expansion, no problem. LongWalk's expansion attempt fails, and I guess it was shaded. That's how this was known, because there's no other way that LongWalk could have known that. He does in fact have a shade there, so he probably scouted it with that. Now the Death Knight getting cut out though. So, Greater Healing Potion. So the Death Knight immediately using the Greater Healing Potion. Now the Frostworm's getting focused a little, not too much. Going to be able to escape over the hills. Sorry, over the trees. And we have 3-0 upgrades for what's his name? Protois. And 2-2 upgrades for